channel. How long did it take to fill your fucking car up? You've been here for about an hour. Come on, get on with it. Yes, and all the systems are working. In the moment. Now, how are we going to get out of here without having a crash? Well, we'll slither into the bike lane. Is that going to freak out this guy in the Vauxhall? No, it's not. It has freaked him out, he's stopped. I wasn't even in your lane, you dummy. Holy moly. Why is it so busy? We're going to do a video. Where are we going to do it? Should do one before we leave Edinburgh, shouldn't we? Where? Where? There must be somewhere we could do one. There must be. Oh, there's the faults on. All the faults. So just went out and put £41 worth of diesel in the car. Oh, Jesus, potholes. Oh, is the bus lane worse than the other lane? I think it could be. Oh, shit. You know what happened there? I seen that car and I was pop out, right? And then, of course, my foot wasn't quite off the brake. Wow. There's stuff in the back as well, usual. Sort of like stuff floating around. This time I'm not going to get it wrong. I'm not going to be a failure this time. I'm going to be a success. Absolute success. Yes, and the little silver car's hustling me, but of course I've got 150 horsepower. And we're about to crash into the back of this white car. That white car sounded like a loony. That doesn't make it say you have to drive like a loony either, does it? No, just calm down a bit. Why are they all pulling over? What's going on here? There's something I don't know about. Something I don't know. What's the deal there, Grandad? All these things I say about people, remember, it's me as well, you know. You know, I fit all these demographics. Oh, we'll squeeze in. Shall we all squeeze in here? It's actually quite exciting coming along here. You know, I've packed the gas wrong. You can hear it clonking every time I go around the corner. Which is irritating. Here we are reaching Calder Junction interchange. It's Junction. I apologise, it is Calder Junction. Now we're going to do the nifty outside lane tactic since I've got the car. I can't do this with a van. Well, I can, it's just that the people on the inside will be going faster than me. People get confused at that bit. You know, when they're coming round there, they think they're in the so you have to be assertive, and then you have to floor it now. Right? Here. Wow! And the Mini's going to do the same thing. And so, and they're going straight on. Oh no, they're not. We better not drive too mad. And the van's like half as fast as this car. It's like driving the van. It's like, oh my god, are you there? Can we accelerate? Maybe later. Maybe if we accelerate later. You know what I always wanted to do? There's a flyover at I think is it a Rattle? I just wanted to walk over there, but I don't know how do you get there? You know, I really should have went the other way to go there, so let's not bother with that. Let's not bother with that today. Something broken down in the Mini. The Mini is not moving. At least this isn't a Jaguar I-Pace, so if I press the middle pedal it will stop. Bye Mini, you go straight on. We'll go off this way, because I don't think we're ever going to be friends with what you did to me. Don't think I'd ever forgive you. So what they'll have in the future, I suppose that they're starting to do it already, is everything is sort of going to get sewn up, if you know what I mean. Like, all the little sort of perks that we've had as human beings will be removed. You know, enjoyment in life and stuff. Like, they're trying to make pretty much everything illegal. Like, so if you burn a bit of wood or something, it's illegal. If you burn tyres, it's illegal. So it's like, I was talking to this guy this morning. I talk to him regularly. His name's Mark, so that doesn't really do much damage to his data. Mark was talking about the AI sort of thing with the machines. So like, what, so basically I'm extrapolating from what he said and making my own sort of take on, or changing what he said using what he said as help for me to make a story. That basically, I believe, because we got rid of God, right? Got rid of Christianity for the most part. We now, so the God is the machine. So who is the machine? Well, it's AI machine. So we are. So what am I doing? Well, I'm working for the machine. And what is the role of you and me and that person in that blue car is to promote the advertising. I can't remember exactly what his words were. It was that's what we're here for, is to increase the advertising revenue of the machine. And that's because we rejected God. So you can extrapolate from that. Extrapolate is a word that I've never fucking used, and I've used it 7 times today. I'm like that. So the machine, so we're all working for the machine, and it's to increase its advertising revenue. That's what it's all for. That's why we're on Earth. So that's the only purpose we serve in life, apart from existing. But is existing a purpose in itself? Not really. So,
BBC Radio 3, the home of classical music. In tune with me, and me, Katie Taylor, a showcase of world-class music. Standard classical houses.
We've got, what's that down there? There's a sort of van or something parked down there. Is that a traffic womble sitting down there? Maybe it's that Kelly Communications.
It's just a job. In conversation 5 minutes a week. Into weekday evenings at 5. Radio 3 and BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 3, where saxophonist Jess Gillen explores his classical life with pianist composer Rosie Chang in 45 minutes. That's after this week's edition of Music Matters with Tom Sellers. Today, Schubert's Winter.
So that's what we're here for. Is to feed the machine and increase the advertising revenue of the machine. And I mean that's worth living for, isn't it? Is it? It's not, is it? It's not worth living for that. It isn't. In the Western civilization, I was just tightening up the thing there. I'm not touching it. It's touching itself. It's got its knickers in a twist. How's that look? Is that better? Is that worse? I think that's worse. There. Now we've got a Ford coming up in the outside lane. Ford Fuste. That's a Focus, and yes, so we'll pull out, take. Yes. It's definitely much quicker me getting into Edinburgh and getting out of Edinburgh with using the car. definitely.
Well, Susan Jones has just written a fascinating book after realising that with the piano music she was asked to play nearly all of the professional role models she had as a pianist when she was growing up were men. So her book, Women in the Piano, History in 50 Lives,
Women in the Piano.
is an ongoing answer to write this historical book.
Well, it's different roles, women and men. So for millions and billions of years it's worked. And then all of a sudden in the last 50 years they've decided to change it. And it's not really going to work out very well for women or men. It's really how it's, what the deal is. Now we've got a motorbike behind us. Coming up. Right, get our mess down. The motorbike doesn't seem to want to really overtake, so I thought they were. Now I've worked out how to get to the flyover, which I'll mention when we get to it, and I've worked out how to get there, and I'm not really wanting to do it today.
Sense that, well, if compositional opportunities had been afforded in a different way, then some of these lives might have been very different. Do you feel that on behalf of the organization?
We're coming up for the West Lothian, the end of the West Lothian, and isn't it funny how Linlithgow's in West Lothian, and it's a really prosperous town. Falkirk's in Falkirk district, and it's not prosperous whatsoever. Right, so this bit here, there's a walk goes under this flyover. This one here, right here, right. So I want to walk. That's the Avon, the River Avon is under there. So there's a walk goes round there, and I want to go round there. And I've worked out. There's like a place. It's near where the walk starts. There isn't really anywhere to park the car. So there's a biker there. So I need to. There's a pub called the Bridge Hotel. I think it's called the Bridge. It's near a bridge anyway. There's a viaduct near it as well, and park the car down there and walk up to the walk, and then go around in a semicircle. No, not semicircle. Anti-clockwise. This car really is good for long distances. It really is. I mean, it's really comfortable. Only sort of problem I've got, and this has started happening, not really necessarily with Citroen, but with cars, you know, in general, they become more complicated. So you get electrical problems, and you can't seriously turn around and say that Citroens are shite, because if you look at Audis and, you know, BMWs, all of them. I don't know why that biker slowed down, but check see if the speed camera's here. Just build up a traffic anyway. Doing 76, 74. Nah, the pig on the bridge is not there. It's not really the police, it's a safety camera unit type thing. Aye, so there's electrical problems happen, and this car has had, since I bought it, this intermittent problem with ABS, which knocks out the cruise control doesn't work, and the hill assist handbrake system.
Different range of things that we have to confront, quite apart from how they play. And I think in that respect, things are more equal and it's going to take
Susan Tones. Well, Lucy Parham is another of our leading pianists and a reader of Susan
Gonna have to touch the brakes here.
Mind is open.
Yes, braking. Gently. And if Oliver pulls back over, now we've got this middle finger no. The fingers, give them the fingers. Like I got the fingers in Falkirk. I remember years ago I did 2.3 Cortina, and the 2 litre Cortina could sit quite happily at 85. You know, so I mean, obviously the problem with electric vehicles is that they are got loads of oomph, but it's like a blast. You know, if you really treat them like that, I think the range drops off dramatically. So they're not at all fast. It's like a one-party trick. It's a, what do you call that? Party trick. Where they can't accelerate really fast, but you're not going to get very far with them because you're going to have to stop and charge the battery up. Whereas this thing, you could fill this thing up and drive 450 miles probably, or 5, I don't know how far it goes, but the little Citroen C3 diesel I got from Galashiels to Hammersmith and then back to Preston on a tank full. Hammersmith in London. The auto lights on, they're not working, well they're not on. I was thought maybe it was going to get a bit like misty or something, but it's not really. Welcome! Suppose I better start backing off now. Traffic wombles! What are they doing there? Or maybe it's not traffic wombles. Can we go down in 6th gear? Go watch everything. Tables slid over. I've got a box to stop it smashing the side window. We're doing 55. I did 60 the other day, and I think that's because I didn't have I had things tighter on the back. 57. I need to check the tyre pressures. I'm not really going to. I don't think I'm really going to go and do any particular videos today. I've done most of this, generally trying to do new experiences, unless there's something particularly brilliant about somewhere, you know. Problem is I've got to come off here, so it can be a bit tricky These numpties coming on the motorway at 30 mile an hour. There seems to be somebody going far too slow here. I think it's that little silver car. Focus, yeah. What the hell's wrong with that? You're going far too slow on a motorway.
History in 50 Lives is out on the 12th of March from Yale University Press. This is BBC Radio 3 and Tom Service with you with Music Matters. Coming up, the tenor Ellen Clayton sings Schubert's Winterreise through a megaphone.
It can get a bit hairy there, you know. If I could pull that and overtake them lot, and then would have worked, but you know, it's not very safe. I don't really want to have to do any hard braking, you know, when I've got this junk in the back.
These astoundingly brave young people left their families behind to give their lives to music. But just the day before they were due to fly to Britain, the Home Office here refused their visas. It was a shocking decision that would have meant that their music was silenced here as well. Thankfully, the Home Office overturned the decision.
Oh my god. Oh my giddy god, god. The Home Office has got to, you know, they should. You know, you can't just let everybody into the country all the time. You know, it's just like, get a grip of yourself.
The fact that this concert tour is under the title of Breaking the Silence, so that in a way could have been interpreted that the Britain is not ready to break the silence in Afghanistan. But I'm very
You go buy a
pleased
car
that
like that
the
Mercedes
situation
there.
changed. And,
I mean,
Home
like
Office
your typical people, right, are, if they get to my age,
in breaking the silence,
if they're married, if they've done the right thing and they've got married and that, and their children have grown up,
millions of Afghan
and they've not been an idiot like I have, and you know, they've got a bit of money, they're both working, wife works, husband works, maybe thinking about retiring, got a pension, go and buy a car like that. That's fine, but what's happening now is even people that are quite well off, like middle class people, like person in that Mercedes. So if someone happens to it, well, it can cost a lot of money, but with electric vehicles, it's like the cost of the battery is like, wow, it's indefensible. But I mean, these EV evangelist types, they still defend it, and they start lying to defend their position, but. So normal middle class people like that can't afford to spend £22,000 on a new battery. You know? Well, maybe they could. You know? Does that mean remortgaging the house or something? Just to pay for a friggin' battery in an electric vehicle? So you can see what's wrong with it. It's a really desperately bad scenario that's happened. The government's trying to normalise this, getting us all into electric vehicles, and it's a scam. I mean, it's like, why I keep going on about it, but it's true. So they're trying to make this 20 miles per hour limit here on the Airth. Fucking idiots. Absolute fucking idiots.
the repertoire of the concert from the UK is very diverse.
Absolute arseholes.
Western classical and
You know, I'm driving along, I'm doing 27 just now. I mean, that's slow, right? Well capable of stopping if there's anybody jumps in front of me. There's cars, vans parked all over the place, parked in the yellow line. H&R grey. So I'm doing 25. I don't need 20 miles per hour limit. You know? So now we're doing 30. It's perfectly acceptable for this. Is there MD around? There's cars up here, there's one up on the left, there's a van just pulled out over there, there's a van parked there. It's not a problem. Opening the door, you know, knock the door off. You know. I mean, I prefer black coats myself, but you know, it's like a matter of taste. The van is turning into it's actually Cowie Road. What's that say there? Aye, Cowie, 5 miles. it really 5 miles to Cowie? Well, I didn't realise it was 5 miles. I wish I'd been a musician or in an orchestra or something.
Music and musical culture in
I
Afghanistan.
should have went to public school. My parents were going to do that, and I don't know. They didn't do it. That stupid idiot mother of mine wasted so much money on shite. And they had that fucking house at Earth Station as well. They fucking sold that for peanuts. Idiots. Never mind. Stop moaning about the past. Can't change it.
Today in Afghanistan, the people lost their freedom. The Afghanistan of people lost respect for their women under the Taliban. The people of Afghanistan lost their income. So music is entirely banned in Afghanistan. The people of Afghanistan
Got potholes all over the place.
rights. So Afghanistan is today the only silent country.
What's in there? What's in that lay-by? Just traffic cones. They don't sell well. You know what? How do I know? Maybe they do. Maybe I could start selling traffic cones. When they're going to get a clue though, if I start advertising them on Facebook, and if fucking traffic management comes round my house, pick up some traffic cones that actually belong to them, they're going to phone up the police, aren't they? It's like traffic cone theft. It's one of the few things I don't think anybody ever steals. It's traffic cones.
It has such a huge significance.
Always back off the throttle there at that corner.
To carry on
You just don't know what's going to happen there. Original mole husband comes out of there without looking, and then proceeds to do 20 miles per hour. I hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. We'll get you in the next video. Sorry if it wasn't all that exciting, but never mind. Bye! End video now. Remember to send me a snotogram. Bye! There's no point. And I need a life. Fool the clown.